Hello, everybody. Welcome to Drive Thru. I'm your host, Tony T, as we broadcast live here on Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place YouTube channel and throughout social media. We're going to get you out here well before the top of the hour. Give you guys enough time to get those bets in for the primetime games, and that's what we do here on the Drive Thru Monday through Friday here at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. It's several live free sports picks for the games beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern Time and later. And to deliver those winners, our professional handicappers over at Pick Dogs and at Sports Chat Place. Let's take a peek at who's on the show with us here for today. All right, with us, we got Wayne Scott with us. All right, Brian, what's going on? Nick Minkin joins us, one of our newest capper. Alaninos. Jay Briggs braving the storm there in the Dallas area, so we hope he's still with us for the show, but he comes up second, so we hope to get his segment in. We do have his pick, though. Brian Bittler and Rod Zawacki tells me via messenger that he's running late, but will make his segment. Here's how we'll line up for this evening. We got Ninos, Briggs, Scott, Bittler, Zawacki, Mencken, and then I will close this one out. All right, we've got two great games from the NBA tonight, some game number 6s. Also, lots of action here from the NHL tonight. A really good night. Baseball still on the board. We should get that Royals Twins game beginning here at the top in about a few minutes. We do have 2 games rained out as well. Announced earlier, so we got 14 games on the board. 13 games tonight on the board for Major League Baseball. So let's get this one underway. Let's go ahead and welcome in Al Ninos. You'll catch him over at Pick Dogs Prim. So bring in Al right now. I think we're ready to roll with Al Ninos. Al, what's happening?
Going pretty good, Tony. How are you doing?
Doing all right. All right, here we go. Major League Baseball for tonight, 7 Eastern Time, features Blue Jays hosting the Mariners here with our live line service here. We use the sharpest book in the world, showing Blue Jays favored here. Total sits 8.5.
Yeah, Blue Jays, I guess, back to being the favorites. I guess they were always slight favorites in this one, but the line came down a little bit. They opened up as bigger favorites in this, and I think money coming in on the Mariners is the right move here. I know it's the Blue Jays have the better lineup, and they've been playing better baseball lately, but this pitching matchup we're going to try to take advantage of, and maybe want to focus in on the first 5 innings as well with Luis Castillo getting the start. He's been great this season. He has great numbers against this lineup, and I think he comes out and pitches another good one for us. While on the other hand, you got Alek Manoah getting the start for the Blue Jays, and we've seen some good out of him, but we haven't seen that much this season, and he's coming off a good start against the Yankees, but other than that, it's been pretty shaky. He's had 2 good starts, I guess, this season, but he's had some bad ones mixed in there as well, and I just like the consistency out of Castillo much better so far this season, and I think that's the team I'm going to back here, first 5 and full game, but might like the first 5 innings better, but we're going to look at the full game for the show.
All right, Anino says he likes this one here with the Mariners plus 102 here against the Blue Jays. Yeah, looking at Manoah, it's kind of been was a rough start to the season from Manoah. We've seen some drop off from him as well as runs allowed. His whip is up there. Strikeout rate below 18%, about 17%. Also, is getting hurt by the walks with a 13% strikeout rate. Of course, Castillo's put up some solid numbers as well, and you got to wonder here, what Manoah we're going to see. We did see an improvement, though, on his last start, going 7 strong here against the Yankees, not allowing a run, allowing just 2 hits.
Yeah, I think that was during the Yankees' little slump there, though. The Yankees haven't always been showing up offensively either. His other good start was against the Royals, who have almost been as bad as the Athletics this season, so I don't think you could put too much into that game. But, yeah, I mean, he's still a pretty decent pitcher. He's got some decent stuff, but again, just feels a bit like the riskier play. If you're, at first glance, I thought I was going to back the Blue Jays in this matchup just based on their current form and the lineups. I still like this lineup a lot better than the Mariners, but Mariners got some guys that can hit the ball there. That can hit the ball as well, and I think they get to Manoah a bit.
All right, we got Al Ninos here. Mariners plus 102. Do your line shopping. Minus 101 is the sharpest book in the world. You'll get the best numbers when you shop. Al Ninos here plus 102 against the Blue Jays. This one will have a start time here of 7 Eastern Time over on MLB Extra Innings channel. All right, Al Ninos. So let's take a look over at Pick Dogs for tonight's action. So good results here in Major League Baseball here for this season. Of course, we do have 13 games on the board for Major League Baseball, as we do have a game starting in about 5 minutes. At Royals and Twins game will be a 2-hour rain delay as they start this one as well. Of course, we got great action as well here from the NBA with 2 big games. Hockey as well has a full card. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yeah, I got some action in the MLB. Unfortunately, it was tricky putting a three-pack together there with all the weather question marks today. But got a three-pack with my best bet in the NBA, MLB, and NHL, and then I got them sold individually as well, with a couple extra plays for everyone on the long-term and 2-for-1 capper specials.
That's right, guys. Get on board here with El Ninos over at Pick Dogs. A premium see good results here in MLB this year. So get on board. Long-term passes. You know that 3-day pass is a great one here. Here on a Friday, get all of El Ninos premium plays for Friday, Saturday, Sunday. All those NBA and NHL playoffs. MLB here with some full cards here for you this weekend. Use promo code PICK at checkout and you'll save 15% off. All right, El Ninos, as always, great having the show. Continue that success, and we'll catch up with you again next week. But I know you always contribute as well to the weekend shows.
That's right. Should be on there tomorrow and Sunday, 10 a.m. Eastern, with Mitch and some of us cappers you see on the drive-thru as well.
All right, that's right. So catch El Ninos there, 10 a.m. Eastern time on the morning shows the weekend. All right, have a great weekend. We'll catch up with you again on Monday.
All right, have a good one, Tom.
Got El Ninos here on the drive-thru. Let's continue on here on the drive-thru. Up next, Jay. Let's see. He still has his power, so we'll bring him in right now. Jay, what's happening?
What's going on, Tony T, man? Storming here in the D right now, man. Hopefully I can make it through.
That's right. Hope we get through this segment. Of course, we're going to be looking at this series here that begins tomorrow between the Suns and Nuggets. We have Game 1 odds already. This is going to be a primetime game here on Saturday. Suns and Nuggets, Game 1 shows that the Nuggets here favored at home here. The total 226.5. You can see the money lines here. But you're going to be looking at this one a little differently.
Yes, sir. I am looking at this one a little differently. I'm going to go ahead and take the Nuggets for the series. Now, I know the Suns are a lot of people's favorite to make it to the finals, a lot of people's finals favorites. But I don't know, man. I think the Nuggets spoiled that. The Nuggets were the best team record-wise in the NBA for majority of the season. They hooped so hard at the beginning of the season that they played a lot of meaningless basketball coming down the stretch, and I think that kind of changed people's perception. But this Nuggets team is straight money, especially at home, and this series has to go through Denver. I'm not sure if I trust the Suns, man, to take too many in Denver, where the Nuggets were dominant. They had only lost 7 games at home all season. I think the Nuggets win every game at home in this series, and I think they still won in Phoenix as well, that's enough. That's 4 wins, which is a series win for the Nuggets. I think the Nuggets put out the Suns, man, and Jokic finally has that really nice series win that's missing from his arsenal to really hammer home why he is arguably the 3-time MVP of this league. I think the Nuggets really have a legitimate shot to beat the Suns in this series. Getting plus money as well, plus 120 with the higher seed. That was the better team all season. I think it's a great place to be.
All right, Jay says take the Nuggets to win the series here, plus 120 against the Suns. Nuggets to have home court in this one. Of course, Jokic is being everyone's concern here, and we see Ayton company. They're going to have a good defensive game plan here. But who do you see around Jokic? Because you know they're going to be fully focused. Now, here we are in the playoffs, right? Could be a 4, 5, 6, 7 game series. I don't know how you feel. I'm sure you'll have an opinion how long the series will go. But what do you think Phoenix's strategy is going to be here against Jokic, and who will be the guy that will be open here for the Nuggets if they're going to double team here on Jokic?
The key thing for the Nuggets this year is the other 2 guys are healthy right now, in Michael Porter Jr. and Jamal Murray. They haven't really been that the last few playoffs for the Nuggets, which has been their downfall. And you cannot give this Nuggets team any space, man. Porter Jr. will knock your head off, and so will Jamal Murray. He's called Playoff Murray for a reason. Bubble Murray is back. And I think that if they do go to the double team approach, the Suns are real life in trouble. I think their best bet is to just put Ayton on Jokic and pray he can defend him, but we all know he can't. So I think the Nuggets come out of this series, Tony.
All right, let's just say that we're getting good results out of both starters. You know, Paul, Durant, and company, Booker doing great, so are the Nuggets offensively. What if it comes down to the bench?
I trust the Nuggets bench a little more. I think the Suns gave away a lot of pieces to get Kevin Durant, Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson. You know, they gave away some depth to acquiring a star. And we've seen the Suns team look real shaky in the playoffs, man. They had a 2-0 lead on Milwaukee in the finals. Failed to get it done there. Last season, with a favorite to do it again, get back to the finals. And we've seen a complete mental collapse from them against my favorite team, the Dallas Mavericks. The Suns were the better team in that series. They just mentally fell apart. I think people forget DeAndre Ayton tried to leave during the offseason. He signed with the Pacers. The Suns just matched the offer sheet, so I'm not sure if they've really resolved that. And the Suns team has not even been together that long. I'm not sure if they have the cohesiveness like the Nuggets do. I like the Nuggets in this series.
Yeah, and also
they're a deeper team. Yep.
Kawhi was healthy in Game 1. Apparently that knee problem came in Game 2. So when Kawhi was healthy, we saw what the Clippers did in Phoenix.
Yeah, you're right. You're right, Tony T. I was liking the Clippers' chances with how Kawhi looked in that Game 1. Had he been healthy, we might have been looking at a different series, like you said. So I don't think the Suns are as shoe-in as many people think. I think the line indicates it but I'm gonna take the shot here with the number 1 seed in the Denver Nuggets.
Yeah, quiet playing. They might have been ready for a Game 7. Who knows what would happen? A lot of things would have changed here. All right, we got Nuggets here to win the series against the Suns, plus 120. Game 1 is tomorrow, and of course, Jay. Also note any thoughts on how long the series will go.
I'm gonna be honest, Tony T. I had Mike Davis on my live jam session today. And I told him and the guys on there, I'm going really bold prediction. This is really bold. You might not hear this anywhere else. I'm taking the Nuggets in 5.
Wow.
I think it's going to be pretty quick work. I think they win both in Denver. I think the Suns win Game 3. Nuggets win Game 4, come back home and close them out. I think that's how the series goes. We got to remember, Kevin Durant, he got swept last year, first round of the playoffs as well. So it's not out of the realm like it can happen. It can happen. And the Nuggets, I think they're just the flat-out better team. And I think the Suns are going to struggle a little bit in this series.
A lot of depth on that Nuggets team, no doubt about that. I mean, when you can trade away Bones Highland, and they had a lot. And they got this young kid, Braun, in there from Kansas who won the championship with Kansas. They got a lot. They're really deep at guard position. We'll see how that rolls here. Nuggets to win the series, plus 120 against the Suns. Game 1 tomorrow at 8:30 Eastern time. Over on TNT. All right, Jay, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs for tonight's action. Of course, we have lots going on over at Pick Dogs for tonight. Still these 2 big ones tonight here from the NBA as we got ready to begin in about a little less than 2 hours from now. We got a lot of action on the ice still with 13 games here from Major League Baseball. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yes, sir. I got a lot of action today. I got 4 games in Major League Baseball today. You can scoop all those up. You see the units. We're having a really nice start to the Major League Baseball season. It was way more than that up until yesterday. We dropped 3 games yesterday. We'll get back on track. It was just a rough day for me yesterday. We'll get it back. So you can hop on my MLB plays. I have a $25 MLB play of the day up there. We're 18-8 on that play to begin the season. Red hot on that play. And then I have my favorite NBA play up there for you as well. But the best thing to do, man, hop on something long term. You get every play that I have today, like 8 plays, and including everything for the weekend if you hop on one of those 3-day packages. So hop on something long term and let's continue making money here at Pick Dogs.
That's right, guys. Got it with Jay Briggs over at Pick Dogs. You see the great results here from Jay here for 2023 from Major League Baseball. So get on board with Jay right now over at Pick Dogs Premium. Of course, he's got his action up here for you today here from the Jam Session, the NBA. It's a credit guarantee that must turn a profit, and the amount you purchase is credit back for site credits. That's credit guarantee on the one-day passes. Remember, the long-term passes are not guaranteed because they're already sold at a discounted rate. And, of course, that 3-day pass is a great one to go with in the weekend with all this NBA playoffs, NHL playoffs, and baseball coming up this weekend. All right, Jay, as always, great having your show. See that success. We'll catch up with you again on Monday, but I know you contribute a lot over at Pick Dogs, your NBA morning, your jam session live here. I'll let everybody know what the schedule looks like for the weekend. Of course, you also drop one in the morning.
Yes, sir. So the schedule for the weekend on the Jam Session live show, probably no show tomorrow. There's only one game, and as I just told you, I like the Nuggets series. I like the Nuggets tomorrow at home, guys. That's where I'm going to be. So probably no live jam session tomorrow. It's only one game. I will drop in the morning as per usual, just to run it through. And then Sunday, we should have multiple games Sunday. So it should be a live jam session Sunday. And looking at it, the times are still – it's going to be early. But
yeah, so we'll see the survivors. If they push it to 7, we'll see some of these games tomorrow, like the games tonight, right?
Yeah, okay, so I just looked at it. It's probably going to be one game on Sunday.
All right, okay. All right, there, Jay, showing some hands right there.
Probably going to be one game.
Probably one game. Then we're looking at Monday game one. Monday game one. Your really quick thoughts, Philly and Celtics.
I think that's going to be one of a great series. This, like Embiid said, though, the Celtics have just had the Sixers number, and I'm interested to see if the Sixers finally want to do something about that in this series, because the Celtics have just been dominant in that series.
Can the Heat shoot lights out? The best shooting team in the playoffs. Who would have thought, right? Well, actually, I was mentioning they did shoot the ball well at home following the All-Star break. And they did play a lot of bad teams back then, but they were shooting the ball. Will that shooting continue here against the Knicks? Randall's still question mark.
Tony T, I think that series is giving me some trouble, man. I'm struggling in that one right now, looking through it. That's a real tough series, because if Jimmy Butler continues to play like this, how can you not like the Heat? But can he sustain that level of play is the question. He has been on another level. He has been the absolute best player in these playoffs. And y'all know I don't like the Miami Heat, so it hurts to say all of this. But Heat are balling right now. And Mike Davis, me and him were talking on the live jam session. Plus 130 for the Heat to win that series doesn't seem like a bad place to be if Jimmy can continue playing at such a high level.
That's right. If that's the question, if there, we'll see what happens if both teams advance tonight. You wonder if they'll bring the Lakers Warriors back on Sunday. You never know.
You never know. You're exactly right. We got to see how this NBA is going to schedule it. It's all depending on tonight, though.
Yeah, no doubt. I know they'd love to give LeBron an extra day off. We'll see.
Yeah,
they might.
Both of those two teams. The closeout teams, they're a little on the older side, so I'm pretty sure both would like the extra day already.
Yeah, that would be no doubt. Again, of course, short travel again for the Warriors, right? Just take a 45-minute drive to Sacramento, then a short trip to LA. If it holds true, I know the Warriors would probably prefer LA, having to fly to Memphis. Rough. All right, Jay, have a great weekend. We'll catch up with you again Monday.
Who's the top seed in that one? Is it Lakers or Warriors?
Oh no, the Lakers are a 7 seed. The Warriors are ahead of them.
Okay, so
the Warriors are 6. Warriors, yeah.
Okay, so it would be in Golden State.
Yeah, it was 4-5, right? 4-5 that are playing right here. Actually, no, it's 3-6 that are playing right now, right? That's Phoenix was the one that got through. So yeah, they would have home court. The Warriors would.
Okay, for sure.
All right, Jay, catch up with you next week. Jay Briggs here on the drive-thru. We got through the segment with the power staying on. All right, let's continue on here on the drive-thru. Up next, we're going to go ahead and welcome in. Speaking of NBA, we've got a lot of NBA here tonight. Let's bring in Wayne Scott, catch him over at Pick Dogs. We've got this big one tonight between the Lakers and the Memphis Grizzlies. So let's go ahead and bring Wayne in right now. I think we're ready to roll here. We'll get Wayne here because we want to hear about this game tonight. This is a good one, Lakers and the Memphis Grizzlies. Wayne, what's happening?
What's going on, Tony T? What's going on, Pick Dog family?
Everything's going great. All right, here we go. Look what this one moved. This one moved here, Wayne, from when you sent it in. Although I'll have to keep this is the sharpest book in the world. So we'll see what the rest of the market shows. But I was about to say, because these are live odds. So these odds are going to move throughout the show, guys. So we have this on live settings. So ESPN tonight has Lakers and the Grizzlies. Before we started the show, it was Lakers 4.5, and lo and behold, in the sharpest book in the world, we've seen money now coming on the Lakers here. Lakers laying 5 here at this book. The total 220.5.
Yes, sir. And last time out, we had a good one, and the Lakers played good in the first half. They kind of played a little terrible in the third quarter. That game got a little out of hand in the fourth with a 99-116. Win by the Grizzlies, but we know the Grizzlies play best at home, and they have not been playing well on the road. As a matter of fact, they are 2-14 ATS as road dogs, and they are road dogs here. I just like the Lakers to close it out. I've been saying all season I wasn't a believer in Memphis because I just don't think that they have the scoring yet. Missing Adams, missing Clark, and with not a full Morant, I think that they'll be here next year. They'll have a better team suited, and they'll be more ready to go. But I definitely think this is LeBron's time at home. Like I said, they played good in that first half. It was a 26-2 run in the third quarter. It got out of hand, but outside of that, I think I like for them to come home and play way better. I don't think they're going to shoot 26% from three, which is what they did on the road in Memphis. And I don't think Memphis is going to shoot as well as they did. I'm not going to bet and rely on Bane and Dillon to knock down the shots that they knocked down. And I just love Lakers in this spot. ATS supports me after a win. Memphis is 0-6 ATS in their last six after a straight up win, and after ATS loss, the Lakers are 5-1 in their last six, and the Lakers are also 8-2 in their last 10 ATS at home. I'm riding with the Lakers minus 5 now, and that actually bodes well that it's moved to 5 because Lakers as 5 to 7 point favorites are 5-3, and it's a little bit tighter in the 3 to 4 point range. So they actually cover a little bit better now that it's moved to 5.
All right, Wayne here on the Lakers. Lay the 4.5. Lay the 4.5 here against the Memphis Grizzlies. And I will say this, Wayne, that 4.5, that 5 is in only one book. That's the sharpest book in the world. So you're gonna see. So you can get 4.5 at just about most books right now. I'm seeing one of the DK now moving it to 5. We're starting to see some 5s about now. Half the books now are following. This is kind of a line leader. When this book moves the line, everyone moves it. So you'll see this one move pretty soon in most books. But you can still shop and get those 4.5s. So yeah, and the trends are way against Memphis in this one. They have not performed well ATS and spreads. We covered this before with Wayne here. Just some really. Also, they are the worst shooting team of all the teams in the playoffs. 42%, 31% from three. Lakers not too much better at 45%. Worse on 3-point shooting, 30%. That's why I'm worried about these teams for the next series, because the shooting's got to get better here. You can't be a bottom quartile here shooting the basketball if you want to go deep especially in these NBA here. But Memphis, here's some ugly numbers here. 3-14 of the spread against a winning team, past 17 situations here. And also, Wayne, 2-16 of the spread as a road dog.
Yes, sir. And you're only asking the Lakers for 2 buckets here. At home, I think it's plenty. The team leading 3-2 and closing out is closes the game out 65% of the time in the sixth game. So I like my chances here with the Lakers leading 3-2 to actually close it out with that 65%. I think that number bodes well with the Lakers right here in this situation. Love the Grizzlies, love what they've done defensively all season, but it's time for them to pack it up, regroup, get some more scoring next season, and come back ready to ball.
All right, here we go. Wayne here on the Lakers. Lay the 4.5 against the Grizzlies. This one have a start time 10:30 Eastern time over on ESPN. All right, Wayne, let's take a look over at Pick Dodge for tonight's action. Of course, Wayne showing good profit here in the last 7 days. 151 units of profit. That is all documented over at Pick Dodge. You can verify that by going over to Wayne's Handicapper page and check it out there. When you scroll down to pick history, all that information is there for you to check out. Okay, Wayne, tonight, 2 NBAs. We got a lot on the ice tonight as well. And, of course, there's still another 13 games on the board in Major League Baseball. What do you have going on over at Pick Dodge Premium?
I have 5 plays in total tonight, 2 in NHL, 2 in MLB, and 1 in the NBA. I have my best bet in the my best bet in the MLB for sale, my hit and run, and I have a 3-pack with my best bet in the MLB, best bet in the NBA, and best bet in the NHL for sale tonight. That's my Nostradamus Friday 3-pack. And pair me up with one of these handicappers, and also check me out long term so we can continue this cash-a-thon, and let's get it this weekend.
Get it indeed with this weekend with Wayne Scott over at Pick Dodge Premium with good results here the last 7 days. Get on board with Wayne's one-day passes tonight. You'll see it right there. One-day pass, time to cash with Wayne right now over at Pick Dodge Premium. Get the long-term pass. 3-day pass is a great value right now when you go for the weekend. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, a lot of NBA, NHL, and baseball on the card as well. All right, Wayne, as always, great having you show. See that success. We'll catch up with you next week. But I know you also contribute to the weekend shows.
Yes, sir. I'll be there with Mitch tomorrow morning giving out a banger, and I'll be there Sunday, too, giving out a banger. And ready for this playoffs, all these playoffs, like you said, NHL playoffs, ready for these games tonight. Go Carolina, and go Kraken, too. I like Kraken, man, leaning with them a little bit tonight, too. So loving this NHL card and MLB. So let's cash tonight, man. Let's have fun this weekend.
Let's have fun this weekend indeed. All right, Wayne, have a great weekend. We'll talk with you again next week.
All right, man.
You got it. Wayne Scott here on the Drive Thru. Guys, if you missed a pick, we're going to recap at the end of the show. Stay tuned for that. Let's continue on here on the Drive Thru. Up next, we've got Brian Biller. Catch Brian over at Pick Dogs Premium. Also, Brian, if you check the leaderboards, has been on absolute fire here the past 7 days, past 30 days. Been up some great numbers. Brian, what's happening?
I'll tell you what, glad to be here on the drive-thru on a Friday night, square dancing Friday. Love Fridays. I'm ready to go out as soon as I get done with this show. But yeah, you're right, have been on fire. Cooled off a bit yesterday, but I'm ready to get right back on the heater starting tonight.
All right, we had a line movement here too. We had a line movement on the first game of the favorite. This one will move to the dog, as the Warriors about half an hour ago were 7.5, and the sharpest book in the world, money on the Kings. Now Golden State laying 7, total 236.
I'll tell you what, I hate to see when a line moves the opposite direction I'm going, but I believe the matchup on paper is going to be a lot better than what actually plays out on the court here in San Francisco, California tonight at 8 o'clock. We saw the Kings in Game 5 winning in Sacramento. The Warriors have been there, done that, and they really put their boots on the necks of the Kings here in Game 5, winning in Sacramento 123-116. Warriors have not been a good road cover team this year, but right now they're at home where they're a rock solid 40-17-1 against the spread last 58 home games. I think that crowd's going to be absolutely rocking and rolling tonight. Kings have owned the recent series between these two teams, but now that everything is on the line, the Golden State team just can't afford a Game 7 in Sacramento. So I think I really love my chances tonight. Even though this line's a little high, I think this is a double-digit win for Golden State. The Warriors 35-15-1 against the spread on a Friday night, last 51 Friday games. So I'm going to take the Golden State Warriors and lay that 7.
All right, Brian said he's going to go ahead and lay the 7 here with the Warriors. Going to lay the 7 here against these Kings, and of course, Brian, you mentioned here about how the Warriors have been good at home, but you can also say here that the Kings have been a pretty good road cover team this year as well.
Yeah, I believe. What are they? Is it 35-16 against the number on the road? They have a really good road number, but I think here it comes down to, in this game, the veterans of the Golden State Warriors. I think Sacramento, as a team that I've been following for years, I like them when they were crappy and up and coming. But I think in the future years, Sacramento's like next season, they're going to be really tough out in the playoffs. But this year, I think Golden State's been there and done that. I think they definitely don't want to go back to Sacramento for a Game 7. So I think they're going to take care of business tonight.
Yeah, I know they don't want to go to Game 7, but I think they could beat and win a Game 7 in Sacramento. If you ask me, I have a feeling they could, because Sacramento's had a tough time shooting the basketball. They've not shot the ball well in this playoff series. That's been the issue here with the Sacramento Kings, has been their shooting. Where, believe it or not, this Warriors team has been playing pretty good defense in this series here against the Sacramento team.
In Sacramento, I think they're the number 1 rated offense in the NBA. So
yeah, but in the playoffs, in this series, just 44% shooting, 30% from 3 for Sacramento.
Yep. So Golden State has been doing something right. I would just, if Golden State loses outright, I will be utterly shocked. I don't know if I can go on even watching this series. That would absolutely shock me if they lost it outright. Crazy.
Yeah, that's also right. We got all I got to do is cover, and of course we've seen the sharp money. Actually, we are seeing a sharp book in Vegas still holding 7.5. So it looks split, because the sharpest book in the world has it at 7. There are some sharp books in Vegas still laying 7.5. So we could have some split action here between the world and the Vegas sharps. So we'll see how that one rolls here. Warriors here laying the 7. Do the shopping, get the best. Obviously, get the 7 if you like the Warriors. That's no doubt. You can find 7 because a lot of these books just copy these places. They just copy this line move from the sharpest book in the world. They just copy it. So Warriors lay the 7 here against the Kings. This one have a start time 8 Eastern time. I know it's the Warriors at home, but we got 2 West Coast teams tonight playing, and the Warriors play at 8 Eastern time, so don't get confused there. There's an early game. All right, and because they have better public transportation there in San Francisco than they do out here in LA, I can tell you that right now. There's no way you get fans over there at 5 local time. All right, Ryan, let's take a look over at Pick Dodge Print for tonight's action. Of course, 2 NBA games up on the board, as well as baseball, and of course hockey. Some excitement on the ice tonight as we're getting deep in this first round. Look at the results from Brian over the last 30 days. 1,732 units of profit last 30 days. You can document it, verify it over at the site. Go to Pick History and check it out on his Handicapper page. What do you have going on over at Pick Dodge Premium?
I'll tell you what, no matter what sport you're into, I got a big game for you tonight. I got my NHL no limit play for $30 at pickdogs.com. I got my NBA playoff total of the year also at pickdogs.com for $30. And then my best bet, my titanium play, the one that you can count on to cash almost on a nightly basis. My titanium 152 and 105 long term. That's a 59% winner over the last 256. Or short term 11 2 and 1 last 14 of my $19 titaniums. So make sure you head on over to pickdogs.com and get that $19 titanium play. or get my 3-pack, my Square Dancing Friday 3-pack. All 3 of those best bets for $50, guaranteed to turn a profit over at pickdogs.com. Make sure you check it out.
That's right, guys. Those one-day passes are guaranteed to turn a profit, or the amount you purchase credit back to your account for site credits. That's profit guarantee. Long terms are not, because they're sold at really discounted prices. You can get the 3-day pass on the weekend. Great value there. Pick is a promo code to save the 15% off. All right, Brian, as always, great having you show. Continue that success, and we'll catch up with you again on Monday.
I'll be right back with you on Monday. My favorite place to be on the drive-through. I might be a little tired after all the square dances I'm going to be doing, but I'll tell you what, I'll still be streaking. I'll catch you on Monday.
Catch you on Monday. Brian Baylor here on the drive-through. Guys, if you miss a pick, we're going to recap at the end of the show. Stay tuned for that. We also got hockey on the board tonight, and to deliver the hockey play is going to be Rod Zawacki. Catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. Bring in Rod right now. Rod, well, not yet. Not yet. Let me see if he sent me a text. No, he said he's going to run a little late. All right, so he's running a lot late. So let's go ahead and bring in. Let's continue on here on the drive-through, and we're going to go ahead and welcome in Nick Menken. Catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. One of the newest cappers here over at Pick Dogs. We'll bring in Nick right now. Fantastic start to the season this year. If you check the leaderboards, let's bring in Nick in right now. I think we're ready to roll here with Nick Menken. Nick, what's happening?
How's it going, Tony? Ready to roll. Let's get this show on the road.
Let's get this show on the road indeed. Here we go. Major League Baseball tonight. The streaking it. They used to call them back in the day the streaking A's, but now it's the streaking Rays here facing the White Sox here with a Tampa favorite here, $1.53 total, 8.5.
Yeah, let's start off with these Tampa Bay Rays, guys. They are 21-5 currently this season. First in the AL East right now, they're facing the White Sox, who are 7-19. They are fourth in the AL Central, having a disappointing start to the season, to say the least. But let's look at this pitching matchup right now that we have on the Rays. We got Zach Eflin, who is currently 3-0 this season on 16 innings pitched and 16 strikeouts. He's averaging a strikeout per inning. That's great. And he's going up against Lucas Giolito for the Chicago White Sox, who's currently 1-2 this season on 28 innings pitched. And he also does have 28 strikeouts. He, too, is averaging 1 strikeout per inning. But let's be real, guys. The Chicago White Sox, they're banged up. Their star player in Tim Anderson, and then Johan Moncada won't be in the lineup tonight. The White Sox, like I said, been playing absolutely brutal as of late. They are on a 8-game losing streak right now. In their last 10 games, they're 1-9. Just a rough start for the south side of Chicago. While let's look on this Tampa Bay Rays side of things, guys. In their last 10 games, they are 7-3. They're playing great baseball as of late. I will say they are leading every category, I believe, on the offensive side of things. Runs per game, hits, home runs, you name it. The Tampa Bay Rays are the real deal in this AL East division. Obviously, you have the New York Yankees with the Red Sox and Orioles. That's going to be a tough division, but I still think this Tampa Bay Rays team is a team to not take into consideration late in the postseason, so to speak. So I absolutely love the Tampa Bay Rays on the run line today against Giolito, -1.5 at a -110 line, or +110 line, I should say. I think Giolito, he gets off to a shaky start, especially if his changeup isn't working and it isn't commanding in the zone. It's going to be the ball's going to be flying in Chicago. It's a nice warm summer day. I expect at guaranteed rate stadium, the ball will be out of the ballpark. I look for Brandon Lau to have another good game against yesterday, I should say, against Dylan Cease. He knocked one out of the park. So look for Brandon Lau to have a breakout game in tonight's matchup, and I'm taking the Rays on the run line.
All right, we got Nick here. Going to go ahead and take this Rays team here on the run line. So you're going to lay the 1.5 at plus. There's some plus money out there, +105 here. Although you can, even if you shop at the sharpest book in the world, it shows +109. So there's some sharp money there, some really good plus money here on this run line. You know, Nick, with this Giolito, he's had some struggles in April. If you go back and look at his past 13 starts, his team record just 2-11. He was hit with that slow start last season. And one thing funny with these Rays, right? You think you go back to last year how the Rays had their issues on the road, really struggling. But you know they're hitting better on the road at 298.
The Rays, yeah, they're hitting better, and I think they'll get to Giolito, like I said, especially if his changeup's not working. Giolito likes to work ahead of hitters, so look for the Rays to be swinging early in the count. But if Giolito falls back into the account, those Rays hitter in this offense will take it out of the ballpark, no question. That's I think Giolito's going to struggle in this lineup with the Rays.
And of course, if he struggles, then guess what else is struggling? Is that White Sox bullpen.
Oh, that White Sox bullpen is horrendous, to say the least. I mean, they only got Dylan Cease, and you saw what the Rays did yesterday against Dylan Cease. They don't have a bullpen whatsoever, so they probably expecting Giolito to go 6, 7, 8. Hopefully he goes the whole game for them, but I don't think that's going to be the case in tonight's matchup. I think the Rays absolutely smoke them today again.
All right, we got Nick here on the Rays run on. Lay the run in half, plus 105 against the White Sox. This one to have a start time, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, MLB Extra Innings channel. All right, Nick, let's take a look over at Pick Dog Spring, where you've got an absolute fire here. 1,550 units of profit for 2023, all documented over at Pick Dogs. Great start to the baseball season. His first month here at Pick Dogs. All right, Nick, we got a big board here from Major League Baseball, 2 from in the NBA, 4 on the ice as well. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yeah, I got a 3-pack of the day going out right now. We got an NHL play, an NBA play, and also an MLB play, and also my lock of the day for $20 every day. Right now, we are currently 12-3 on that run in the lock of the day in the MLB. I also have my MLB yearly package available. Guys, go check it out again at pickdogs.com. Let's take down the books together.
That's right, guys. Take down the books together. Get on board here with Nick Menken over at Pick Dogs Premium. You see the great results from Nick. He's been on absolute fire here. Get on board with those long-term passes. You can get a monthly pass, or as Nick was mentioning, he has that MLB season pass up there on the board right now, all the way to the final pitch of the World Series. Pick is a promo code, and you'll save 15% off. All right, Nick, as always, great having the show. To you that success. We'll catch up with you again next week. Just will you be appearing on the weekend shows this week?
Yeah, I'll be either tomorrow or Sunday. I got to talk to Mitch, but I'll be on there this weekend for sure.
Check Nick over out this weekend on that weekend show. All right, Nick, have a great night. We'll catch up with you next week.
All right, Tony. Thanks for having me. See you guys.
So Nick Menken here on the drive-thru. Guys, if you missed a pick, we'll recap here at the end of the night. Let's give you an update here. We were talking about that Grizzlies-Lakers game. We have now seen the Lakers back down to 4.5, so there's been some buyback on this Grizzlies team because this line moved to 5, but within the next 10 minutes, we've seen it come back down. So Grizzlies money on the buyback. Now Lakers 4.5 as we speak here in tonight's game. Still, a good, let's see, we're put less than 4 hours away from the tip-off in that one. So big line, some line movement here on this game. All right, let's continue here on the drive-through, guys. Again, as I said, you missed a pick. Recap here at the end of the show. Let's see if Rod has made it back. Of course, you can find Rod Zawacki over at Pick Dogs Premium. So let's go ahead and bring Rod in right now. I think we're ready to roll. Let's see if he's back in his location. Let's check him out. Let's bring in Rod. We've got NHL coverage from Rod tonight from the NHL playoffs. Let's bring Rod in right now. Rod, what's happening?
Yeah, not too much. Busy day. It was a nice sunny day, and I got caught in a train moving some stuff from the sand plant. So I was like, oh, yeah, great. Can relate. In a place you don't normally see a train go by. Hey, look, wasn't expecting a train there today.
Oh, wow. All right. Who would have thought we were going to say this here? The Kraken in a closeout situation, right?
Right, the Kraken.
Who would have thought the Kraken? You might like this because, your Oilers are looking good right now. But anyway, Avalanche on the road here to face the Kraken. Of course, he's expected defending champion favorite here. Minus 147, total of 6.
Yeah, you figure that the champs are the favorite for a reason because they also get their defenseman back in Makar, back from his 1-game suspension last time out. And their back's against the wall, so they're definitely going to need him to step up. And so I think this gets even closer and tighter game than what we've seen in the ones already, which has produced 4-1 to the under. So this 6 goals seems like a lot. You look at in the history of the 10 meetings between the Avs and the Kraken. 6 out of those 10 meetings have finished 3-2 or less. So only one way to go here. We're going to take the under. We're looking at who gets to start in the goal. Well, Grubauer gets to start again in goal for the Kraken. He's got a nice 2.82 goals against average. Georgiev's going to get the start for the Avs in this one, and he's got 2.57 goals against average. Avs 9-2-1 the last 12 on Fridays to that under. They're also 7-1 to the under in their last 8. And you look the last 9 meetings going back, their last 9 meetings, 8-1 to that under. So 3-2 is what I'm thinking, and I'm going to go with the under 6 here as the play in this one. And we'll play sprinkle a little on 3-2 Kraken.
Wow!
New champ in the NHL. Let's go.
All right, Rod says new champs in the NHL. Says Rod Zawacki. He says like the Avalanche Kraken under 6, and to sprinkle a little on the Kraken. It's again that home ice.
Perfect score, 3-2.
3-2, perfect score. There you go from Rod Zawacki. That perfect
good
score.
Price on that. I think you can get a good plus. I've seen it at about plus 1,100. You can get on that final score 3-2 Kraken.
Yeah, it's interesting here to see that the Kraken 3-2 the past 2 games. It's been just 2 goals here scored. As a matter of fact, in their 3 wins, right? The Kraken defense coming through. The Colorado's been held to 2 goals or less in their losses.
In these losses, right? Yeah, you've been holding down this powerful Avs team. They're definitely missing Nichushkin. Got some weird information going on with him. Whether I think he's on his way to rehab.
Oh no.
But anyways, so he's a big miss for the Avs. You're missing his firepower, and no Landeskog in the run from last season. So you're going to be relying on McKinnon and Rantanen in this one tonight. And you cover those guys, and who's left? Not a whole lot of guys getting lighting the lamp for this Kraken there for the Avs, and the champs go down, and we're going to get a new Stanley Cup winner, I think, this season. I think the Avs, the injuries have just got to them all season long, and then Makar taking that crazy 1-game suspension. It happens.
Yep.
Time for something new. Go Kraken.
Go Kraken. Says Rod Zawacki. All right, let's just swing around these 3 other games here. Hurricanes and Islanders. Islanders about minus 110 in this one, total 5.
Yeah, look at this one here, and I like the under here. I like the under 5 here. I think this is a closeout game. We've seen these ones as well. We've seen a couple that have just crept up to that total where it's 6, but this at 5. I think this is going to be hard hitting, low scoring, 2-1 type game. Defense is definitely shined. You look at the Islanders; they don't want to go home, and as they showed in Carolina, they got that win and brought it back home. So close to that game. I like the under 5 now.
Under 5 in that one. Bruins and Panthers here. We're seeing a Bruins big favorites, $1.77, total 6.5.
Right, and in this one, I like the over. I think goals come early and often, as I said, in this one. As we've seen before, both teams could light the lamp. And if the Panthers win this one and force a game 7, would it surprise me? No, not at all. Wouldn't shock me one bit. I think Panthers are definitely going to fight. We've seen it. I think they come in to fight, but I think the better place take the over.
Look at the over there. Okay, here we go. Stars and Wild here. We're going to at 9:30 Eastern time. TBS has this one. Close line here. Wild minus 108, total 5.
Yeah, and you look at this one, and I think the series turned when the Stars got the last couple wins and of taking the 3-2 series lead. I think Dallas comes into this one and gets themselves a win and puts Minnesota out of their misery. You look, this Minnesota team, they should call them the new Leafs because they're definitely a team that has not made it out of the first round in a few years. I think you go all the way back, 2016? It's like out in the first round, missed the playoffs, out in the first round, out in the first round, out in the first round. In that bubble series, out in a bubble game, the first round, same thing, out in the first round, missed the playoffs. It's like, I don't know what you can do with this Wild team. They figured this was the season for them, but I don't think so. I kind of like the Stars in that one to end the Wild season. Bye-bye.
In the Wild season. There you go from Rod Zawacki. Of course, we all started off here with the late night game tonight at 10 Eastern time on TNT. Avalanche Kraken under total of 6 goals. This one is having start time, as we said, at 10 Eastern time. All right, Rod, let's take a look over at Pick Dodge Print for tonight's action. Of course, 4 on the ice, as we mentioned, 2 big games from the NBA. Still have a 13-game card here from Major League Baseball. What do you have going on over at Pick Dodge Premium?
And over at Pick Dodge Premium, I got my $19 NHL Sniper play, my top rated play in tonight's NHL action on a nice 12-6 run with that one. Or you can get my Steak Fry 5-pack, which includes 2 MLB crushers, my top play in tonight's NBA action, as well as 2 plays in the NHL, which include my $19 NHL Sniper. So head on over, scoop up that Steak Friday 5-pack. Use the promo code PICK, save 15% off on that, or grab a 3-day pass. Join me for the weekends of action, where we've got playoff games all weekend long in the NHL, NBA, and definitely a loaded card in the MLB. Join me for the weekend. Grab my 3-day pass. It's $70, and it's $20 more than the Steak Friday 5-pack. So for $20 more, join me for the weekend. Let's pound the bookies this weekend. I'm excited. I love this weekend's card.
Great weekend coming up here with NBA, NHL playoffs. Big card from MLB action. 15 plus tomorrow. We got some double headers tomorrow with those rainouts. So lots of action there,
There's
guys.
Some rainouts, yeah. Double headers. Yeah.
Rainouts tonight. So we'll have some double headers tomorrow, guys. So get a lot of action, guys. Get on board here with Rod over at Pick Dogs. Remember, PICK is a promo code. You'll save 15% off at checkout. We got the Celtics and Philadelphia 76ers game 1 on Monday. I'm looking at that cap. I'm wondering what you're thinking.
I'm going Celtics. Remember I said way back when I said the Celtics were my pick to come out of the East. I'm liking the Celtics versus the Suns is my picks in the final.
Oh boy,
I'm sticking with it, and so far my East team has made it past round 1. Remember I said I think Embiid's good.
Yeah, it's funny. Some of the old timers out there will remember that one of the greatest series in the 70s was that Boston and Phoenix series there. Ever see that highlight of that Garfield Hurd jumper at the buzzer, double overtime game, Havlicek and company?
Overtime game, right?
Yeah, there was some craziness.
Oh, yeah, that was craziness. That was a good series, definitely. I think we see it again.
That's
Celtics,
right.
Suns, and here we come.
Celtics and Suns look like we're gonna. I would take it. I'd love to see that. I'd love to see that. I know Miami Heat's getting a lot of praise. I don't want to see a team that looked like. That look like, let's say, crap during the regular season, go to the finals. I don't want to see them get rewarded for that, right? You know what I mean? I don't like that. I don't like that.
They hit the playoffs, and then all of a sudden they're the super team. It's
yeah,
I think they just had a grudge against Giannis and Butler. It's like, yeah, you're not winning it. We don't care.
Yeah. I just don't want to see I don't want to see them rewarded for that horrible regular season. I do not want to see that. All right, Rod. As always, great having you show. Enjoy Steak Friday. Of course, lots going on over at Pick Dogs, the Puck Dog video series with you and Chris, and of course the weekend shows. It'll be a little different format on the weekends.
Yeah, definitely tuned into the weekend shows. Always have a good time, drive-through style, where you get a whole bunch of cappers giving out picks on the weekend's action. Definitely a good time there, and definitely don't miss out. Like, subscribe, the way you get notified when the Puck Dog videos get released. Those parlay videos, definitely want to check them out. We've been doing some prop videos, changing them up a little bit, and they've actually been working for us, making some winners. So definitely check those out. And you have yourself a wonderful weekend, Tony. And I'll see you again on Monday, and I'll see everybody else tomorrow morning.
Right back on the drive through Monday. Tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Eastern for that morning show. And make sure you look for for those video drops. Huge night on the ice tomorrow. All right, Rod, have a great night. Enjoy that steak. What's on the grill?
Definitely, I will. Definitely, yeah. We got ribeye tonight.
Ribeye tonight. There we go.
Ribeye, baked potato, and I got a little bit of broccoli going.
All right, Celtics win it. We'll have the tomahawk.
Definitely, Celtics win it. Celtics, Suns in the finals. We'll definitely be having some tomahawks.
There you go. All set. All right, Rod, have a great night. Rod Zawacki here on the drive-thru. Guys, if you missed a pick, we're going to recap at the end of the show. Make sure you stay tuned for that. Let's continue on here on the drive-thru. We will, let's see, that Laker game. Let's see, do we have any line movement here again? We've been looking at that earlier today. Still sitting here at 4.5 still with that Lakers and the Grizzlies game, because remember, we got that movement to 5, and then there was buyback to 4.5 still here at Lakers 4.5. There is juice to -110. You can get plus 100 on the Grizzlies, so a little shaded there towards the Lakers on that 4.5. All right, let's continue here on the drive-through. It is now time for my pick. Let's get my game odds up here right now. That's the old school graphics. Let's get to the new school graphics here. I think we have it. Yeah, I do have my game loaded here. Let's see. Where is Tony's button for the new school graphics? Here it is. Okay, here we go. Guardians and Red Sox tonight. Guardians favored here, -125. Total sits at 9. I'm going to be on the home dog here with this, with the Red Sox here at +115. That's going to be my play. We know Shane Bieber here is going to take the hill here for this Boston Red Sox. For this Cleveland Guardians team against Nick Pivetta. And let me just get the graph. I know there are some folks that are watching the show that don't probably have the sound on, so let me just correct the graphic here. We've been doing a lot of graphic work here. We'll get this thing tied up here. Red Sox. The play is going to be here on the Red Sox. Red Sox plus 115. Plus 115. All right, plus 115 versus Guardians. All right, there we go. We'll get that corrected here for you guys. So we'll get the graphic set up here. Here we go. Red Sox plus 115 against the Guardians. We know Shane Bieber's on the hill. The concern I have with Bieber is his strikeout rate has really plummeted down to 17.5%. That's a big drop over the past several seasons. Does limit the home runs. We know Pavetta's on the hill. ERA 4.5, whip of 1.37. Also, what's concerning me too with this Guardians has been the lack of their run production. So run production, Bieber's high contact. We know those Red Sox bats have been coming through. I mean, they've been flying over in their games. But I'm just going to go here with this lineup here, with this Red Sox hitting lineup against a pitcher in Bieber who's given up a lot of contact. So if you're going to give contact to this Red Sox lineup, I'm going to take them here, especially if I'm getting plus money. So that'll be the play here on plus the 115 against the Guardians. All right. Guys, over at Pick Dog's Room tonight, I have I do have my 3-pack up there, 3 baseball as well as 2 NBA and 1 baseball on board right now. Still also a best bet premium up there right now. So 4 premium plays up there, guys. So get on board with me over at Pick Dog's Premium. Use that promo code PICK at checkout. You'll save 15% off any of those purchases. Or you can get my long-term pass. I have a 3, 7, or 30-day all sports pass. Get all my premium plays for that time period to select. You go over to my Handicapper page and you make that purchase and use that promo code PICK at checkout and you'll save 15% off. All right, let's continue here on the drive-through. Let's take a look here at some of these scores because I do know we have the Royals and Twins have got underway right now, and this one is 3-1 Minnesota. Long rain delay, almost 2 hours. It was supposed to start at I believe 5 Eastern time and just began here not too long ago. So we have 3-1 Twins ahead of these Kansas City Royals. Also, Cubs and Marlins, top of the second, no score. Pretty good pitching matchup scheduled today in this one. Orioles and Tigers, postponed. This is one of the postponements tonight. They're going to make this one up as a doubleheader, so keep an eye on those pitching matchups. As well as, we said Orioles, Tigers rained out. Pirates and Nationals also rain out. That will be made up as a doubleheader for tomorrow. And Mariners and Blue Jays set to go here top of the hour. And Blue Jays here still favored. So there you go, caught up here with the baseball that was in progress and more. So let's get to the recap. Let's recap the plays from today's show. El Nino's like the Mariners here, plus 102 against the Blue Jays. Jay was on the Nuggets. He likes the Nuggets to win the series at plus 120 against the Phoenix Suns to win the best of 7 series in the second round. Wayne was on the Lakers, laying the 4.5 here against Grizzlies. It's now at 4.5 now. It was at 5 here for about half an hour, but there was buyback here on the Grizzlies to move it back down. Lakers minus 4.5. Brian likes the Warriors. This was another line mover, right? During the show, we saw the live lines move it to 7, and 7 is the number. So Warriors lay the 7 against the Kings. Rod liked the Avalanche cracking under 6. Nick was on the Tampa Bay Rays run line, lay the 1.5 plus 105 against the White Sox. I'll be on the Red Sox here, plus 112 against the Guardians. Disregard everything else. I don't know what I was thinking this afternoon. We're doing a lot of work on those graphics today, so we have extra stuff here. Although that game did go, I should have challenged Al McMurray a little harder on that because I like that over in that game, but it's all right. There was remember, in Atlanta's home court had the highest. The Atlanta's home court had the fastest pace of any of home courts of the 16 teams in the playoffs. So that one went over a total again in that one. All right, the one I like the most. Let's see, the game I like the most here. I like Wayne's play there on the Lakers, lay the 4.5 against the Grizzlies, only because like we talked about with the Grizzlies' horrible record as a road dog. That's been pretty bad when you look at this Grizzlies team. And I think, as you said, Lakers looking to close out. You don't want a Game 7 in that situation. All right, that's going to do it here for this edition of the Drive-Thru. Let's keep an eye on the chat room. Hope everyone's doing well. Ron in there. And my shout out to Jay Peasy up there, as well as Mike M. Of course, a lot of great folks in there. Matt D. Nicholas Handy up there as well. And we've got Bo Dunn in the chat room. Shout out to Bo. Shout out to Rise Above Anything up there, as well as our folks Tuck DGO77, Rocco Rogers, Ramon Scott, Bill McDonald in the chat today in our social media. Blake, a shout out to Blake as well. Really cool there. Blake, you get -5. You could probably get 4.5 now in that game. And of course, Ben McDonald says Game 6, look out for Clay. So look out for Clay. I don't know if that's for points, but he's looking at keeping an eye on Clay Thompson in a closeout here situation. All right, that's going to do it for this edition here of the Drive-Thru, guys. Make sure you tune in again tomorrow live. Tune in Monday live at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll do it all over again. We'll bring in our cappers in here from Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place, and they'll go with their plays for you here for the game on Monday. And of course, don't forget, guys, we got lots going on the weekend. The weekend shows, 10 a.m. Eastern Time with Mitch. You got Rod, you got Chris, and a lot of the folks you see from the Drive-Thru making some visits to give out their picks here for the Saturday, Sunday action. Of course, don't forget all the video series. We got Chris and Rod with their Puck Dogs NHL video picks right here on the site. Make sure you check those out. Also, Mitch's 7 picks in 5 minutes. Betting tool shows. There's Nerfies are out there. Mike Davis with his prize picks, as well as first 5 innings up there as well. And don't forget, we've got Ron Romanelli with his baseball rundown. Jay's Jam Session. Keep an eye for that morning drop. No live shows, I don't believe. If there's one game on the card, there won't be live shows, but just check for that morning drop. You got a lot of information from Jay there as well. So lots of content here on, of course, Mills with his prop videos as well. So lots of content. Maybe use some UFC. He was talking about doing some UFC videos on UFC Fight Night. So let's see what happens there. But guys, so be sure to tune in to this to those shows, and make sure to like, subscribe, and set those notifications. Be live with us. Get the plays in real time. Get the best numbers. All right. Shout out to the chat again. I thank everyone for joining us. That's going to do it for our show. Let's go ahead and bring in our crew from tonight's show. Going to wait goodbye, guys. You guys have a great evening. We'll catch up with you again